Okay, I held it longer than normal. We did get, a pretty good return, but it's going more and more in my favor. Again, the major weakness is not holding the winners long enough, but I held it longer than normal, so I'm pretty happy with that. Why are we short? Well, I just by looking at the 10,000 tick, the 15-minute are my favorites, but when you got a 4-hour chart that's looking like this right here, I mean, that's pretty bearish, right? So the problem is it was bouncing strongly on trend lines on the day chart as well. So it was really kind of not the best trade setup, but it looks so good. Let's take a look at the hourly chart. Yeah, the hourly chart was coming right up to, trend lines and stuff, but it's trending down. What's the 10,000 tick chart looking like when I got in? Let's see, I got in right underneath this area here when it started closing below that. I said, this is great. Came up a little bit, and my stop. Now here's the thing. I'm only going to lose 250 per trade, right? So wherever I get in, I have to keep in mind, wherever I get in, doesn't matter where I get in, my automatic stop loss is 250 points in the safety direction, right? So I was hoping that I could use this pivot as a stop loss when I got in right here, and it was in the proximate area, so I accepted it. So my stop loss was all the way up here. So right here. Now you can clearly see I would have gotten the 1-to-1 on that, but I got out somewhere like right here, but over halfway. I'm glad I got over halfway. That's good for me. I need to hold longer. That's all there is to it. So the takeaway on this trade, number one, I didn't hold long enough again. Number two, wherever I enter, I have to make sure that my stop loss is matching structure. For instance, I wouldn't want my stop loss to be, here. I like that my stop loss is clearly at the high of day, over the high of day. So if this thing were to go against me, I was clearly wrong. It's going to keep going green, and it's going to be a green day. That's fine. I'll accept that loss. And I was perfectly happy with that. So if I were to enter here, for instance, if I were to enter way down here, the $250 loss would be here. I don't know if I like that. So I wouldn't enter a trade like that. All right. So, yeah, so that's it for today. I'm holding longer. I'm getting into trades that I think the charts are telling me what the direction is going to be, at least temporary. And we are putting our stop loss with structure in a safe place. So there you go. I'm pretty happy about, look at that. I just want to show one more time that that's where I entered. Kind of late, really. Stop loss was up here. Well, actually, it was 279, so a little more than 250. And I would have hit my target 1-to-1. And I just need to hold it longer. I just need to hold it longer. Again, the last time I traded, the last day I traded, same thing. I could have had 3-to-1 on that day. Man, I could pay my bills with this. If God lets me, if I can get over the obstacle, the psychological barrier, and I can, by the grace of God, will be able to do it, hopefully. This is going to work out. I'm so grateful. So there we go. I'll see you in the next video. Let's keep holding. Let's keep growing. Let's get better and better. Peace. Something important to understand also, and I didn't think about it because I was so concerned that my main priority was to just hold longer. That is, if you have the room for it to continue to go down, if you're not kind of pinched in the middle of something on the daily chart or 4-hour chart. Looking at it now, I realize that on the day chart even, there's trend lines coming up, right? And it was going down this way. And my focus was I got to hold longer, so much that I wasn't paying attention that this might not be the time to actually hold longer. There's times when holding as long as you can is the good idea. And then there's times when you realize, well, this trade probably will get me something, but I'm not sure how much. Be ready to get out. Take your profits as you see it. See profit, take profit. And that's what today was. I didn't know that when I took the profits. And I was thinking, I failed to hold longer. But in this case where the 4-hour chart, it's bouncing off. Now look at the daily chart and the 4-hour chart. Look at the 4-hour chart. Bouncing off this, right? That's telling me that even though I had a decent little short, and it worked, that I should not have been expecting to hold it longer and longer and longer. And sometimes it just keeps breaking through all the support levels and keeps on going, and you wish you held it longer. So really, there's no right or wrong on some of this. If I'm consistently seeing that I'm getting out of trades and they just keep going in my favor, that is a problem nonetheless. And that is the massive problem I'm having. Sometimes you get out early and it's a good idea, like today. Sometimes you get out early and it just keeps on going in your favor. And you can't help that, especially if the charts are telling you, hey, there's support down there, right? So I'd rather get out early with a conflict of structure rather than get out early because my emotions can't take it. So let's just make sure we understand the difference between getting out early when you have a good reason to get out early versus you don't have a good reason to get out early.